Rattler Vlog, episode 50, and we are live. Let me just scooch this down a little bit. Yeah, so it's a monumentous occasion, our 50th vlog, which seems like a lot, and I'm just kind of wondering where the time went. It just seems to have gone so fast. We started this, I think, back in May, right kind of in the height of the craziness and the pandemic, and we've been keeping it going up until then, and we've actually had a really good time. Sloan, thanks for joining us here tonight. We appreciate it. Cali Bruins, we'll give you a shout out until I see the name that I'm looking for at the bottom there. Johnny. Matt Ferdinands, sorry. All right, guys. Let me just check and see if our guest tonight is online right now, and it doesn't look like she is. So, it never fails in my neighborhood here in Southridge. I don't know if you can hear that. Sirens all the time. Never escape. There's actually a fire hall not that far away, so that's probably why. But we get a lot of that here. There she is. Let's get her on right now. Tonight's guest on this monumentous edition of the Rattler Vlog is Abby LaRochelle. Sorry, I'm tilting my head. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Really good, really good. Everybody, this is Abby LaRochelle, Rattlers women's basketball. And it's a pretty big occasion because this is the 50th episode of the Rattler Vlog.
Oh, so wow.
You get the honors. You know what? Normally we save this segment for the very end, but we're going to do it right at the beginning this time. Let's do the show and tell segment right off the bat.
Okay, well, I didn't really know what to get, but my brother's girlfriend just went to Charlotte, had a job in Charlottetown, and she got me a necklace. And it's like this.
Nice.
And on the back of it, it says, always remember you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think, and loved more than you know. And it's a Winnie the Pooh quote, and Winnie the Pooh was my favorite back in the day. So
wow.
That's my show and tell.
Very nice. I love it. I love it.
Thank you.
All right, Abby, first of all, tell us a little bit about you, where you're from, what your childhood was like, and a little bit about your family. So let's start right at the beginning.
Okay, so I was born in Medicine Hat, Alberta. I have a mom and a dad. My mom's name is Kim. My dad's name is Steve. And I have an older brother named Gabe. He's 25.
Okay.
And that's kind of like my background.
Good,
I have a cat, and I grew up with a dog named Cuddles, and she was a golden retriever.
Oh, I assume she's gone now.
Yeah, she died when she was like 14. Yeah, rest in peace, Cuddles. But I have a cat. My cat's still alive. She's somewhere.
Good. So, Aaron Cameron says, Abby!
Aaron Cameron.
There's a name we haven't heard in a long time, hey?
Yeah, I haven't heard of from Cameron. I think since he left.
It's been a while.
Yes.
So, okay, so growing up then with your family, you said, sorry, you and your older brother?
Yeah.
So, family vacations and what kind of fun stuff did you enjoy doing kind of with your family?
So I grew up playing like volleyball, basketball, soccer. I danced and I did track. So most of my summers were doing sports, but when we didn't, we'd go to like BC and go camping, and we'd go to Kelowna a lot to visit my aunts and uncles. It was mostly like outdoorsy stuff.
Mm-hmm. Is your brother pretty outdoorsy as well? Was he into all these sports as well?
My brother played hockey from ages like, I think like 5 to 19. He played junior A in Saskatchewan, and then he just decided not to play anymore, and then he played for the Cubs here.
Wait. Was that RJ?
No, my brother's Gabe.
Oh, Gabe, yeah, that's right. Because I knew somebody back in Saskatchewan, RJ LaRochelle.
Yeah, that's my dad's cousin, I think. I'm related to a lot of people from Saskatchewan.
Right.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay. So, elementary school then, where did you go?
I went to Crestwood School. I actually have I'm in third year of education, my 4th year of schooling. And I actually get to go to my old elementary school as a practicum, so it's pretty exciting.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, and that's happening right now,
No,
or
that'll start, I think November 4th it starts, but I got to go in on the Friday, the week of school,
right?
just to like see how it all went because of all COVID stuff and making sure everything
Exactly.
was doing good.
It really is interesting, and you probably hadn't even been in that building for the longest time
Yeah,
then.
no,
Okay, it's so
no.
weird because when you look back, like in your mind's eye, it seems like a big school, and the hallways are so wide, and the like it just
Yeah.
all of a sudden you see that perspective, and then you come back now, and it's like, wow, this is much smaller, and it's not nearly as grandiose as I kind of remember it to be, right?
Yeah, 100%. I walked in and I was like, I thought this school was so tall, and now I just feel like a giant walking down the hallway.
Yep. So, did you ever get called to the office in
Uh,
elementary school? Did you ever get into any trouble throwing snowballs
I
or
got
anything?
detention once because I pushed a boy into a soccer pole because I wanted to win. That was the only time I ever got in trouble.
He totally had it coming, didn't he?
Yeah, he was in my way, so he got pushed.
That's awesome. So your family's pretty close then? Is there like where's your brother right now? What's he do?
Well, he was home because went to Toronto to do accounting school, and then he just came home for like because of COVID and everything. And then he actually just left yesterday to go back to Toronto to gather his things, and then him and his girlfriend are living in Charlottetown for the rest of the winter, and he's going to take the rest of his schooling there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does he watch a lot of your games online then? Does he text you after the games and give you
No.
advice or anything like that? No, not at
No.
all.
No, I think my brother has come to like three of my college games, but that's just because he's gone.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
How about
just,
your parent? Are your parents there quite a bit though?
oh, my parents come to every game. Last season, I didn't get to play the first half because I tore my ACL, and they came to majority of the games, and I wasn't even playing. I just sat there and took stats, and they came to all the home games.
Yeah. How's
Yeah.
that injury now though? Is it are you back to do you feel 100% now?
Yeah, I came back in January, so that was
Yeah.
7 months recovery or eight. And I wasn't at 100%. I thought it was going to be super easy to just come back to normal because my rehab was super easy for me,
Hmm.
but it wasn't. And I did struggle like the first month. And then by the second, I had my touch back and I was fine. And now I feel like I'm just back to normal
Yeah.
because I trained over the summer.
So what is that feeling like when you come back the first couple of games and I mean you thought you were going to be 100% but you realize that it's still not totally perfect yet.
Yeah.
Does it feel weak
It's,
or
it,
what does the sensation feel like?
It's more so like I had this giant brace I had to wear, and that thing weighed about like it doesn't sound like a lot, but it was like a pound, and that dragging on with you, like sprinting down the court, is a lot. And so it was different running, it was different moving, my playing my defense. I had to completely change, but it was the worst that my touch wasn't the same because I was so mentally concerned. I was like, well, if I do this, am I going to hurt my knee? If I do
Hmm.
this, will I hurt my knee? But it was just kind of it was more so mentally challenging rather than physically because I mentally had to tell myself like get off your high horse. You're not going to be the same player that you were beforehand when I would start all the time and play all the time, but like I had to learn to be humble again and work my way back up because I did not play for like 6 months.
Hmm. So you did have a few seeds of doubt in your mind, right? When all of a sudden you got back and it just wasn't fully normal. Are you
Yeah.
thinking, you know what? Like am I done? Am I finished? Did that come in your mind
Well, it
or
wasn't more so, am I finished? It was more so like, I was more so frustrated because I put in like hours of effort and rehab and like training to see like what was going to happen. And it was frustrating that that wasn't paying off because I'm a
Mhm.
firm believer the things that you put in, you'll reap what you sow. And I've seen it through my like past experiences. So I was just so frustrated more so that wasn't getting the results that I had intended to get.
And and your style of play might be a little more aggressive than others. Would you
Yeah.
agree with that? I mean, there are others
Yeah.
that they avoid the physical contact, but I mean, in many cases, like that is your game. That's what you do, right?
Yeah, like I'm not a person that'll just stand out of the 3 point line and like just wait for the shot. I'm more so in the middle. So like that was the issue. If I was
Yeah.
like say a three and I came back from a knee injury, it would be much different because I could just be out there and not more so worried about all the contact. But I'm down below getting rebounds and trying to jump over people who are way taller than me because I'm only like 5'8" and a half, and all the
Hmm.
posts are like 6 feet. So that's what I was constantly worried about. And like my game is more so aggressive. I like to set screens. I like to get people out of my way just because I have a muscular body, so I use it, I guess.
On that note, uh, and you might not be aware of this, the viewers might not be aware of this, but you actually you own a Medicine Hat College Rattlers women's record. Do you know what that is? Are you
No?
aware of the record that you have that may be around for a long time? I don't know if anyone would be able to beat it or not. And you don't know what it is, do you?
Is it from the combine?
You own the bench press combine record.
I do. I do. Yeah. I broke it and then I got it again. So, well,
Oh,
actually,
you did? Okay.
I had it my first year when they first did the combine, and then Victoria Gendron beat it, and then I went after her, and then I beat that. So she beat me, and then I beat her. So yeah, I do
So
hold it.
are you what do they call it? Are you a gym rat, or do you just kind of attribute that to the way the good Lord made you, with the
Well,
frame you have? What like
yeah. Like
do you go to
I'm
the gym a lot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me and my dad actually go quite often. Like he has to get knee surgery on Saturday because he messed up his ACL too. And so he hasn't gone with me a lot, but these past 2 years we're going. I think what happened to what I tore my ACL is I was going too hard. So I'd go to spin, then I'd go to practice, and then after practice I would lift with my dad. And I think I was overtraining, and that's what happened. But I go to the gym, I'd say like 4 times a week. I try. I
Mm-hmm.
like to be strong. I don't like because I have the body to be strong, and if I didn't, I just think I'd look frumpy.
No, come on. So I got. Hang on. Let me check and see what I have for my next question here. Oh yeah. So what is your So where are you at now with your college eligibility? You're planning on being back this fall then, and
Yeah,
this is year
so
four, right?
this is my fourth year. Well, and like technically, if like when we not if when we get to play in January, hopefully,
Mm-hmm.
uh, this year technically doesn't count. But I'm finished my education degree next year, so there'd be no point in me having my teaching degree and then me just being like, oh, maybe I'm gonna take a couple classes and just keep
Yep.
playing basketball. But yeah, I'm in my fourth year, and technically I could play two more, but I'll just play. I'm gonna try and play next year. It just depends on like if the practicum allows you to do that because you're teaching Monday to Friday and we have Friday away games. But I've
Okay.
figured that out also.
So you haven't really heard, the rules as far as that additional year of eligibility now. I mean, I'd imagine there's going to be a lot of girls that would totally take advantage of that. You think of somebody like Kennedy Weary, who is so passionate about the game, right? Just live to play the game. If someone like that had a chance to do one more year, that she'd take whatever course she would need
Yeah,
to
yeah.
make it happen, right?
There's a girl who in Keanu, and I swear to God, she's played like 6 years. She's really good. Her name is Moyne, and she'd be on her fifth year this year. But since it doesn't count, she can play another year next year. So I would be very like flabbergasted if she did not play again. But
Wow.
to me, I think 5 years is enough.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, you get beat up and it's a lot of bus trips and I mean,
Yeah,
it takes a toll on your body as you've seen, right? Like it really,
yeah.
if you play the style of play that you play, it's no walk in the park by any means, right? So,
It's not easy. It's hard. Basketball is hard, even though
yeah.
people think it's a game of just catch and run away. It's harder than they think.
Yeah. Looking back on your playing time, say 5, 10 years from now, you're looking back on your time as a Rattler. What do you think some of the lasting memories are going to be? Is it going to be a lot of on court, in game memories, or do you think a lot of the best ones are going to be the bus trips, the practices, the off court stuff?
Yeah, I think I have a good memory of just like proud moments playing for the Rattlers. So on the court, I have a moment where I steal a ball and I pass to my best friend Kate, and she makes a layup, and it's like a nice moment. It was like a buzzer beater, and that was fun for me. But I also have moments when we're like when we went to nationals and you got to go all the way to New Brunswick. Even though that experience wasn't the greatest, it still was an experience that I got to have. And going to Fort McMurray, that was also I've never been there, so that was also pretty cool. So it's a lot of like I think it's the team that makes it. My first year, I was pretty quiet, and the girls already knew each other, so they're pretty close. So the first year, like, wouldn't stand out the most, but I think my second year, and especially this year, we're all pretty close at the moment because we've all played together. We only have 2 rookies right now, and then
Hmm.
maybe 3 in January. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It sounds to me, just kind of based on that first example that you gave, you get a lot more pride in passing the ball and watching them nail that shot or that layup than you would have making that shot yourself, right? You get a lot more pride and satisfaction setting someone
Well,
up and giving them that moment of glory. Would you agree with that?
well, I like to score, but like everybody does, and everyone's like to put points up. But I don't know. I feel good when I give someone a good pass and they're able to succeed off of that. I don't know.
Exactly.
To me, I think a good teammate is someone who not only looks at themselves but looks at other people. And so if I see someone open, say I have the ball and I can shoot it, and I have a lesser chance of making it than someone who's wide open. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to pass that person, unless I'm being greedy, which sometimes
Hmm.
happens, and I want to score. But
Exactly.
I just think an assist is, I don't know. I think it needs to be recognized more, especially in the basketball. I think it's not all about the points you put up, but I think it's about the work you play in total.
Exactly. So, of the teams that you played on here at Medicine College, what do you think um, your contribution to the team has been? I mean, there's so many different roles in the team.
Hmm.
There's the one in the locker room that just gives those speeches that pumps you up and gets you ready to go. There's others that keep the vibe light and they offer that sometimes that comedic relief sometimes that every team
Yeah.
needs. What do you add to the teams, and do you think you've succeeded in that?
Um, yeah, I think I hold people accountable. Some people, like, I'm a very competitive person, so I like to work hard. One of my things that people have told me since I'm young is I always give everything 100%. So I'll go to practice 100% and I'll try and do everything to the best of my ability. I think I hold people accountable in that way. And on the court, I feel like I bring a lot of energy to the court. Defensively, I feel like it's my strong suit. I feel like I'm a very good defensive player as well as like I get rebounds. I don't know. I feel like on the court, it's more so like defense, and I'm starting to become a more offensive player and not just defensively. But I think off the court and in practice, I try and hold everyone accountable, make sure everyone feels included. But also when they're doing something good, I try and like be like, "Good job for doing this and trying this." So
That's awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome. So your time in medicine at college, academically, you're taking education. What are the career prospects looking like, and what is the goal 5 years from now when you're in that career? What do you hope you're going to be doing?
I want to coach really bad. So like honestly, I love teaching and I love kids, but I think I don't know. I was dead set on coaching high school like students, like from the get-go. I was like I will only teach high school students. And then I had a 1-2 split, and I was fell in love with these kids because they're like you're awesome. Like they would just give you so much praise for doing the little things. But I think 5 years from now, I want to be teaching and I want to
Mhm.
be coaching basketball or volleyball, but probably basketball.
Good.
And I'd like to coach a high school team.
Awesome. Awesome. Are
Yeah.
you are you a homebody? Do you want to stay in medicine hat, or are you open to any and all opportunities?
Well, obviously, a job is a job as a teacher. Like, you kind of take what you can get because you don't get things often. So it's like, I'm open to anything, honestly. A job is a job to me, and it's not like I'm
Well,
not going to be super picky.
I mean, hey, you look at it. There really are so many different opportunities out there. You could go overseas and teach English. You could. I mean, I've
Yeah.
got a friend that got a job at a local Hutterite colony as a teacher
Yeah.
there, and has found it to be the most rewarding experience she's
Hmm.
ever had. And so, it's going to be exciting to see no matter what opportunities come about, right?
Yeah, like I don't think I'd want to go overseas. Everything that like my friends and my family are all here, and my
Yeah.
boyfriend, so I don't really want to leave.
Good for you. That's good. All right. Once again, everyone, this is Abby LaRochelle, women's basketball, getting ready for another big year. Practices have begun, and the team is coming together. Is that what's going
Yeah,
on?
we've been practicing 3 times a week. It was an hour, but the college just bumped it up to an hour 15 minutes because they're kind of strict on the rules at the moment, like how long you're allowed in the gym.
Hmm.
So we've all been practicing as a team. We're not allowed in the gym yet to do like one-on-one training. So let's say I want like before I could see if the gym had open times and go and shoot. But right now that's not open. But
Hmm.
we've been practicing 3 times a week. So Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then sometimes Fridays. And then we did a workout on Friday or Saturday, I mean.
Good, good, good. Well,
Yeah.
you know what? I can't wait. Speaking as a fan of Rattlers basketball, I'm a huge fan of your style of play. I
Thank
mean,
you.
it's great to see the finesse players, and like you say, the ones that'll just stand at the 3 point line to take that shot. But
Yeah.
you know what? I'm a hockey fan as well, so I like the kind of player that mucks it up a little bit when they need to, and that's the kind of player you are. So
Thank you.
it's great. It's great watching you play. All right. Final question.
Yeah.
Who should we get in an upcoming Rattler vlog? It's got to be someone really interesting, somebody fascinating, somebody that might not necessarily be the most. It might be an unsung hero on the team or something. But who would you suggest would be great at the
Uh,
vlog?
I think Jasmine Gardner on my team should come on. She's a little Aussie and no one knows about her, and so people should hear from her and what she has to say because I feel like that's a different experience coming here.
We would totally hit her up. That's awesome. In fact, I
Yeah.
think we have. We got to follow that up.
Yeah, you
Uh,
will.
Abby, thank you so much. Have a great night and a great
Thanks.
season. And seriously, give our regards to your dad with the big
Thanks.
surgery coming up this week.
Thank you.
Um, I'm sure you have a lot of advice for him as far as getting through a surgery like that, right? Like, is
Yeah.
he asking many questions about what it's like
Well,
and so on? Or
more so my mom is like, is he going to be okay? And I'm like, yeah. But he's getting his ACL done and his PCL done, so he has to go all the way to Banff. So they couldn't do
ooh,
it here. So they have to do it. His surgery was supposed to be in April, and then they got canceled, and now it's
mhm.
back in September. And
Ha-
so, yeah.
has he been in a lot of pain over the past while? Is that
No,
no?
he honestly he tore it, and then 6 months later he was like playing hockey because the movement, like the strides, helps it like the helps it feel better. So
Mhm.
he's in no pain, and he is also built. I'm built like my dad, so like he's a pretty jacked man, to be honest. So like he's pretty strong, and he's not in any pain.
Well, you know what? As men, we don't have that pain threshold. I think the women do. So make sure he's got that little bell handy so he can
Yeah.
ring it so your mom can come and help him out. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Abby, thank you so much. It's been fantastic talking to you and have a great up and coming season, whatever it looks like, and we'll be there cheering you on.
Thanks, I appreciate it. See you.
All right, take care. All
Bye.
right, there she goes. Abby LaRochelle. And the Rattler Vlog, episode 50 for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow. Watch for the big announcement on our social media as to who the guest is. But on behalf of Abby, have yourself an incredible night, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. This has been another episode of the Rattler Vlog, episode 50. Zivic, men's volleyball. Hope you had a great day. Beautiful night. The smoke has kind of settled down a little bit. I went outside last night. I actually saw a few stars in the sky. We haven't been able to see that for a few days anyway, with all the smoke. But it's good. We're good. Hope y'all had a great day. We're going to be talking men's volleyball today, and there he is. Let's get him on right now.